Hey everybody, it's Josh. I just want to hop on here and show you what I see on the charts and then update you on why my computer is working so hard at the moment. We've had this spike and channel down ever since the FOMC last week. And then, what was it, yesterday? We finally broke outside of it and then got the new low, just sold off all day long. It was a red day for me, just some days you see it and some days you don't. And yesterday I did not have it. But we filled that fair value gap from the daily chart. We filled that yesterday. And then I was bowling last night, but I thought we were going to come down here and retest the 67.20 and then bounce back up for at least 10 points. So I had an order sitting there and price went to 6720.25 and then reversed all the way back up to this EMA. This morning we had the inflation numbers, CPI, initial jobless claims, and then a few others that I don't really care about. CPI dropped, inflation's lower, and even initial jobless claims is lower, which is good because it means less people got laid off and filing for unemployment. But we had on the hourly chart this morning, right before that news drop, we had the second entry short. I love this trade because there's usually a gap below the target, and I was waiting. I wasn't going short here. It just, there wasn't big enough gap. But then we got up here and we were close to the news, so I was expecting us to come down here, and we never did. I sat the trade out just because of the news, and I would have been a part of the liquidity for when the news came out, and it was a failed second entry short above the EMA, and it just kept on going. I missed all of it because I wanted that. All I saw was entering here at the gap fill, and it just never happened. And then when it just started going up, and then it was just so slow this morning because of the holidays, I just wasn't touching it. And then we came over here and filled this final gap, and that's when I went short at this gap fill. And then that was right at the open. I love watching it go one way, just to hit an area I deem important and just watch it sell off right at the open. Just, it gets everybody's hopes up watching all this, and then it's back the other way. It was trying to see why it was just to fill this gap and also touch the EMA, but I didn't care about the EMA in this trade. I cared more just the gap fill was good enough for me. And then that was a good enough trade for me to just want and done it. But then price came up all the way to this EMA. And we had this, I see it as a spike channel up with two legs to a new high. It's also, no matter which way you look at it, here's the new low, the first entry short, second entry short. That's a valid trade, even if you just targeted the EMA, which is what I did. I got stopped out by less than a point. Truthfully, the stop loss should be above the 20 right here because it's so close. But after price did it again, I put in my order for the failed second entry long, and it just dropped all the way to 68. I didn't think about it coming all the way back down to the 21 EMA, but that's what it did. Either way, it was $847 today. I can't complain about that. It should have been all that, but it is what it is. This is performing much better. My little Ryzen 5 is really being put to work, but the way I have it set up, this could run on any basic laptop. This is nothing special, Ryzen 5. 16 gigs of RAM. But the way I'm doing it is I created a script called parallel mode. It's for working processes. So right down here is each one of my agents getting its own separate computes. And instead of trading one after the other, it's running simultaneously to keep the training times down. I have fixed a few bugs with this. I learned what this really does and how it affects the training. The higher this number is, the further out it's looking to take profit. So if it's up in the 90s, 95s, that's like 50 bars away, and I'm not interested in holding anything that long. So what I did is I added a fourth agent, and then these are the set learning rates, and then these variables change to see what works best. And so far, it's doing pretty good. Let's see, we still have another. Let me show you. Nope, that's not it. This. This is the chart of the agent's progress as they work their way through the data and training cycles. While we were looking at the chart a minute ago, I think I want to make an indicator for Ninjatrader that gives me the 1 hour lines instead of this chart's EMAs. I'd rather have the 1 hour with the granular detail of the 2000 tick. I don't think it will be that difficult because, in fact, let's just do it. Indicators, new. Do I want to do this on this computer? I'll just. Custom EMA, custom EMA. If this works, I should have a line coming across here. Did you notice that the EMA? Just for shits and giggles, this is an MES for an MES. That was the fucking problem. And looky there. That's what I want to do. The 75 and 21. Get that going. We're getting closer to the tournament. Okay, that's done. Let's get it. So I gotta work on the roughness. But I like it as freaking levels. Add that in with the levels I already look at, the whole numbers, the 20s, the 80s, the 50s. But look what price did all day long. That's just an in detail view of the hourly chart. And I freaking like it. This has gone on way longer than I intended. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.